January 1974, The Snatching of the Mace. Actor Christian Bale was born in January 1974. Famous for numerous movies including The Dark Knight, which had a lot of stunts and special effects. In Northern Ireland we had something that looked like it came straight out of a movie, where a helicopter was hijacked to drop bombs on a police station. They say there's a fine line between imagination and reality. Political developments in January 1974. 1974 started on a strong foot with the recently announced Northern Ireland Executive officially taking office. Although certain powers were devolved to the Executive and the Assembly, others, including security and certain economic matters, were retained by the British government and the Northern Ireland Office. On the 4th of January, the Ulster Unionist Council, the policy-making body of the Ulster Unionist Party, met and voted, by 427 votes to 374, to reject the Council of Ireland as proposed in the Sunningdale Agreement. This led to the Chief Executive of the Northern Ireland Executive, Brian Faulkner, resigning as leader of the UUP just 3 days later. Although Mr. Faulkner felt it was right to resign, this wasn't the view of other members of the Assembly Party, with 18 members showing firm support for him. Following Mr. Faulkner's resignation, there were also views that Irish Prime Minister Liam Cosgrave wasn't helping matters with regards to the Sunningdale Agreement, with some of what was being reported in the press. In a message from British Prime Minister Edward Heath, it's quite clear that there was some animosity towards Mr. Cosgrave. But I have no doubt that, as Faulkner has himself said publicly, the help which will really make the difference must come from you. If I may in this situation be perfectly frank, some of the remarks attributed by the press to you and some of your colleagues have been interpreted as meaning that the Republic is maintaining its claim that Northern Ireland is now part of the Republic, and that there is no prospect of a change in the law on extradition, which is still a burning issue in the North. This has seriously reduced the value to Faulkner of the Sunningdale Agreement. On the 16th of January 1974, Brian Faulkner travelled to Dublin for a meeting with Liam Cosgrave, following a ruling in the Dublin High Court. The ruling implied that the reunification of Ireland did not require the consent of the majority of people in Northern Ireland. This had been a subject reported in the Sunday press. In reply, Mr. Cosgrave said that he wanted to deal first with the question of status. The Sunday press interview had not been properly checked out, but it did include a statement that there could be no change in the status of Northern Ireland until the people there desired such a change. It didn't help matters when, on the 17th of January, SDLP Assemblyman Hugh Logue gave a speech at Trinity College, Dublin, in which he said that the Council of Ireland was the vehicle that would trundle Unionists into a united Ireland. There were further developments on the 22nd of January when Harry West succeeded Brian Faulkner as leader of the Ulster Unionist Party. However, the big talking point was when 18 Loyalist protesters were forcefully removed from the front benches of the Assembly. It took 8 RUC officers to carry DUP leader Ian Paisley to the steps outside the Assembly building. It was reported by the BBC that, immediately after prayers, Major Hall Thompson raised a point of order concerning the misappropriation of seats reserved for members of the Executive. Mr. Speaker ordered the members occupying those seats to vacate them. Dr. Paisley rose on a point of order which Mr. Speaker refused to accept. At this point, a number of members rose to protest and uproar commenced. Among other disorders which I noticed, I particularly remember Mr. Beattie snatching the mace and passing it to another member. Shootings in January 1974. January 1st. Catholic civilian John White, 24, was shot dead during an IRA sniper attack on a British Army patrol on McClure Street off the Ormeau Road, Belfast. The official IRA shot and wounded a man in a punishment attack in Michael Mallon Park, Newry. An official IRA statement alleged the man had assaulted one of their volunteers at a New Year's dance at Warrenpoint, County Down. January 5th. Civilian Leo McCullough, 44, was shot by Loyalists at his home on Ravenscourt Avenue, Belfast. January 9th. The UVF shot and killed Catholic civilian John Crawford, 53, near his workplace on Milltown Row, Belfast. January 13th. The official IRA shot and killed civilian Christopher Daly, 43, whom they accused of arms dealing at Balholm Drive in Ardoyne, Belfast. His body was found in an entry. January 14th. The body of Protestant civilian Andrew Jordan, 41, was found in a field near Carrowdore. It is believed he was shot by the UVF. January 17th. The UVF launched a gun attack on Boyle's Bar in Capach. 2 gunmen entered the pub and opened fire indiscriminately on the customers. Catholic civilian Daniel Hughes, 73, was killed and 3 others wounded. The attack has been linked to the Glenanne gang. The IRA shot and killed off-duty UDR soldier Robert Jameson, 22, near his home at Trillick, County Tyrone. January 20th. UDR soldier Cormac McCabe, 42, was shot dead by the IRA. His body was found in a field near Ornacloy, County Tyrone. Civilian Desmond Mullen, 33, was shot while walking along Maple Gardens in Carrickfergus. It's believed loyalists were responsible. January 26th. The IRA shot and killed patrolling RUC officer John Rogers, 50, on the Antrim Road, Glengormley, County Antrim. January 29th. An IRA sniper fired at a bus carrying Royal Air Force personnel at Shimna Parade in Newcastle, County Down. The RAF personnel returned fire, killing elderly civilian Matilda Witherington, 79. The IRA shot and killed patrolling RUC officer William Bagley, 43, on Dungiven Road, Derry. January 30th. The UVF shot and killed Protestant civilian Thomas Walker, 36, at his home on Gosford Place, Belfast. It is believed he was an informer. January 31st. The UFF claimed responsibility for killing Catholic civilians Terence McCafferty, 37, and James McCloskey, 29, at a building site in Newtown Abbey, County Antrim. Bombings in January 1974. January 1st. 2 bombs exploded in Birmingham city centre, causing minor damage. January 2nd. A bomb was thrown into a Roman Catholic parochial house in Mullavilly, County Armagh. The blast wrecked a third of the building and set fire to the remainder. 2 priests were inside at the time. The UFF claimed responsibility. January 3rd. Several bombs and incendiary devices exploded in Birmingham, damaging the Victoria Law Courts on Corporation Street, the Icon Gallery Cafe in Brindley Place, and the Royal Navy and Army Information Centre, as well as several nearby shops, but caused no injuries. January 5th. 2 bombs exploded within 3 minutes of each other. The first at Madame Tussauds, the second during the boat show at Earl's Court Exhibition Centre. Police confirmed a telephone warning had been given shortly before both explosions, allowing evacuations at both sites, and there were no fatalities or injuries reported. It was later confirmed the devices had been planted by the IRA. January 6th. IRA active service units left bombs outside 2 senior British Army generals' homes. A 30-pound bomb was defused outside the home of General Sir Cecil Hugh Blacker, and another exploded outside the empty home of Major General Sir Philip John Newling Ward, causing damage but no injury. January 11th. The official IRA killed civilians John Dunn, 46, and Cecilia Byrne, 53, who worked as cleaning contractors for the British Army when they exploded a bomb under their car as they left Ebrington British Army Base near the waterside Derry. The official IRA denied responsibility for the attack, and a sympathy notice appeared in the Irish News from the Coordinating Committee of Andersonstown Republican Clubs, the official IRA's political wing. January 21st. British soldier John Harvey, 32, was killed by an IRA remote-controlled bomb hidden in an electricity distribution box on Lone Moor Road, Cregan, Derry. It was detonated when a British foot patrol passed. January 23rd. An IRA unit hijacked a helicopter and used it to drop bombs, in milk churns, on Strabane RUC station. One of the bombs landed on the grounds of the station but failed to explode. In Dublin, the Irish police said that the helicopter had been reserved 2 weeks ago by 4 journalists who wanted to photograph Tory Island, a tourist spot off the coast of County Donegal. But when the 4 men boarded the helicopter, one produced an automatic weapon and ordered the pilot to fly to a spot near a small town in Donegal, where 4 churns were brought aboard. 2 were dropped into a lake for practice as the helicopter headed for Strabane. Then the abortive attack was made, and the helicopter returned to Donegal. January 25th. British soldier Howard Fawley, 19, was killed by an IRA landmine as he and his patrol searched a field at Ballymacguigan near Ballyronan, County Derry. January 30th. 3 people were injured in 3 different IRA letter bombs. The first was sent to the Surrey residence of Judge Buzzard, the second to the Hertfordshire residence of Reginald Maudling. The final device was sent to the offices of the Daily Express in Fleet Street, London. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tales of the Troubles. If you liked it, please like and share with like-minded people. Stay tuned and enable notifications so that you don't miss the next episode.